Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. It's time for a quick shout out to some of our friends. B&B Auto Sales, your muscle car connection in Brookings, South Dakota. Above the Notch Car Club, a car club for auto enthusiasts in northern New Hampshire. The New Hampshire Muscle Car Club, the largest muscle car club in all of New England. MGM Classic Cars in Addison, Illinois. Visit mgmclassiccars.com today. Beach Hill Automotive in Bethlehem, New Hampshire, specializing in the repair, service, and towing of muscle cars and classic cars. Absolute Auto Body and Collision Repair in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. And lastly, I am your independent AMSOIL dealer. Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. And last but not least, if you decide to advertise with the Muscle Car Podcast, this could be part of your advertising message. Good evening and welcome to the podcast. I'm really glad you're here. I have a robust lineup of muscle car entertainment on tap for you tonight. But before we get into all of that, I want to make sure that everything is working properly. So if you can see my face and hear my voice, I'm going to ask you to leave a comment. Let me know where you're viewing this from and whether you are a first-time viewer or a regular viewer. Now, to our first-time viewers, if this is your first time joining us tonight, I hope you have a good time with us and decide to join us here each and every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. This podcast simulcasts to 8 different places across Facebook and YouTube. So wherever you're viewing this, just circle back in 1 week's time and we'll be here waiting for you. To our regular viewers who are here week after week, month after month, and season after season, you guys are the ones that make this possible, and we so very, very much appreciate that. Let's see, we have a comment that's come in. Let's take a look. Regular viewers, Stacy and Art Fosler from Plattkill, New York, are in the house. We thank you so much for being on tonight. Very cool. Glad everything is working properly and glad that you guys are in here for another episode. Let's bring Rob on here and say hello and get his mic going. Hey, Rob.
How's your weather down there now?
So-so. It's supposed to get some snow tonight. Has it started where you are already?
For 24 hours of freezing rain coming.
Wow. So you're getting some of that as well. No. Crazy. Well, cool. Let's see. We have item number 1 tonight. We've made some friends with some people of all places in Australia. And they've been sharing video footage with us. Of course, it's summer out there this time of year, and they have cruise nights once a month. They had one on February the 11th, and they took some footage and have shared it with us. Let me get that queued up here. We'll take a look at what people are doing at cruise nights in Australia. Yeah, so thank you so much to Plymouth Dale for sharing that footage. And by the way, Plymouth Dale is in the house tonight. Let me pop that on the screen. He's viewing tonight, so if anyone has questions for him about what we were just viewing, please ask away. And by the way, this was just part one. We've got a part two coming up in the second half of the podcast because I like to try to keep the videos around 5 minutes or so. But yeah, just wonderful seeing that. Anything jump out at you there, Rob?
There were some great cars on that show. I've been to car shows up here that didn't even have as good as cars that they got over there. Where did
Yeah,
they
the
get all those
quality
North American cars from?
for sure. The quality is amazing on those things too.
Yes, yes, yes. And that station wagon, that biscuit. I mean, I got friends who've been looking for one of those for a long time. There's a gorgeous one sitting over there in Australia.
Yeah, very impressive. And
Yeah,
at the beginning of the video, I saw what looked like, and I'm very likely wrong, but it looked like the front end of a late 70s Ford Fiesta. But the Ford Fiestas we got here in the US were all hatchbacks. These were
yeah.
more of a coupe with a notch. I'll pose that question to Plymouth Dale. Do you know anything about that? Was that a Ford Fiesta? There were two of them, one after the other, with a Fiesta looking front end and the kind of that coupe notchback on the rear end. I wonder
Is
if you know
Volkswagen
anything about
sold in every country?
probably.
Yeah,
And I also noticed a lot of El Camino or Ranchero type vehicles, probably from the early 60s or so.
yes.
So I'm wondering if maybe they got more of them than we did, or it just seemed like an awful lot of those, which is very cool. And oh, here we go. Stacy and Art Fosler say most of the American cars were four doors. Cool deal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And
So
there's a
yeah,
lot of them that had the big wings that were back in the 50s and early 60s. Look really cool.
yeah. And one of them had almost like a rear deck off the back bumper with a spare tire mounted on top of it.
Yeah.
And oh, here we go. So Plymouth Dale says the Holden GM, the Gemini, is the car that I saw that looked kind of like a Fiesta.
Hmm.
Good to know. Yeah, thank you. And oh, one other thing to add about that, Plymouth Dale and his friend Terry are going to be coming on here in 2 weeks' time, coming on live to join us here on the podcast to talk about their activities. Each of them hosts a different cruise night. Plymouth Dale holds one in Yea, Australia, and Terry hosts one about an hour away in Whittlesea, Australia. And they're both going to be coming on in 2 weeks' time on Wednesday, the 8th, March 8th. And we're going to be hanging out with them, and it's an opportunity to ask them questions and learn about what people are doing in Australia,
Yeah,
car
yeah,
enthusiasts.
yeah. Like, how would they get the parts for the car? They ordered online through North America, or is there a part supplier over there?
Yeah, good question. Good question. Yeah, for sure. And yeah, Dale, if you're in the house, by all means, leave an answer to that. And what we'll do is we'll move on with the podcast. But if you have answers to any of this, Dale, or comments to what we're talking about, by all means, leave it and we'll circle back here in a few minutes. But we are on item number 2. We're going to do some announcements. And this is an opportunity for Rob to talk to us about AMSOIL. I'm going to put you full screen, Rob.
Okay. Do you keep your options open on how you make money? AMSO is a perfect opportunity to start a part-time business that can grow into a full-time income. With the AMSO business, I can sell to customers and make a profit, or I can sign up preferred customers. They buy directly from AMSO. They get a good discount. They get free shipping right to their house, and I get a commission every time they buy. I can also sign up retail and commercial accounts. So if I know somebody that has a mechanic shop, a trucking repair shop, an automotive store, a hardware store, I can sign them up. They buy directly from AMSO. Every time they buy, AMSO sends me a 10% bonus. And I can also sign up commercial, which is a logging company, a trucking company, anybody that uses the oil themselves. I can sign them up. They usually buy drums. They buy directly from AMSO. AMSO gives them a 30-day payment plan. And when they pay their bill, AMSO sends me a bonus check. Every month I get a computer printout saying, these are your clients so far that's bought. It starts off as a part-time job. It can grow into a full-time income and be a really fun part-time job. Now, Mike's got a little video he's going to show you how we do our preferred customers.
Absolutely. In fact, let's take a look at that. We've got a preferred customer program which allows you to get the deepest possible discounts when you buy AMSOIL. Also, free shipping on orders over $100. And if you click the preferred customer link before you start browsing and shopping, anything you buy is going to come up with the deepest level of discount. Let's take a look at this quick video. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. and there's a link to what I'm talking about in the description. But check this out. Okay, I'm going to show you how easy it is to join the AMSOIL Preferred Customer Program to get the maximum possible discounts and free shipping on orders over $100. Just click the link in the description of this video. It'll look something like you see here. Just scroll down a little bit and you'll find it. It'll take you to this page here. At the bottom right of the page where that blue finger is pointing, click Join Now. That's going to ask you whether you want to be a preferred customer for 6 months or 12 months. Just select whichever you prefer. And it gives you this screen here telling you that it was a smart choice to make. Now you're back to the main screen. Take a look at where that blue finger is pointing. I'm going to expand that. What you're looking for is a number 1 in that orange circle in your shopping cart. That tells you that you've got the Preferred Customer Program added. Now back to the screen where you were. Click the AMSOIL logo the blue finger is pointing at in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. And that takes you to the shopping page. Look across the bottom there. You can shop for AMSOIL products for automobiles, motorcycles, ATVs, etc. Click whatever you're curious about and start shopping. You can add items as you go to your cart. And once you're finished shopping, it's going to ask you who referred you to AMSOIL. Please use this information right here. My name is Mike LaRiviere. My referral number is there. In the interest of full disclosure, I am signed up as an AMSOIL dealer under Rob. So when you use my referral number, Rob and I both benefit, and this is a wonderful way to support the podcast. We thank you in advance for doing that. Yeah, so it's an amazing value. You get the deepest possible discounts that you can get at AMSOIL, plus free shipping on any order over $100. Anything to add real quick about the Preferred Customer Program before we move on? Or
that's how I get most of my clients is through the Preferred Customer, because this way they can order it, have it shipped right to their own house. They don't have to go look for AMSOIL. You can mix and match. You don't have to order a full case. You just order $100 worth and get free shipping right to your house. And then by using the product, you realize how well it works. And then when I usually phone them up and talk to them, they said, well, you know what? My uncle has a shop. He could probably use product like that. I said, you can call the 800 number and upgrade to a dealer, and you can sign that shop up. And every time they order, you'll get a bonus check from AMSOIL.
Nice.
So that's how I get my dealers is start off as a preferred. They use the product, find out how good it works, and then they realize, I know other people would like to have this product.
Yeah. Oh, and one last thing to add also, a virtue of the Preferred Customer Program. I had someone place an order with me this week, and I encouraged him to click the Preferred Customer link first. And by him doing that, he saved $54 on that first order, which far outweighed his $10 investment in the Preferred Customer Program. He got five times his investment back by
And how to ship right to his own house.
Yeah, by clicking that first. He saved a lot of money, got free shipping. It really helped him get the best possible value that you can get at AMSOIL. Now, we have some comments coming in. Let's take them, and then we'll move on with the program. Here we go. Plymouth Dale says, most of the Utes were Aussie built, unique to Australia, similar but different to an El Camino and a Ranchero. Excellent. So that explains what we were looking at there. Very nice. And he's got a few, a few more comments. He said, we have a pretty good parts supply for a lot of American cars. A lot of them were sold new in Australia. Aussie assembled. Or they were assembled in Australia, possibly. We mostly got the 4-door sedan version, not all of the different models that we got. And then also he continues, he says, hardtops and convertibles over here are usually a later import into our country. Cool. And then one other comment, my car in the video is the 4-door 58 Plymouth. The 2-door hardtop in the video belongs to a friend of mine. Very cool.
Good.
That's good. Thank you so much, Plymouth Dale, for answering those questions. Very, very cool.
Great information.
Yes. So we are on item number 3. We're going to take a look at a 1967 Mustang. This is a supercharged Mustang, no less, for sale by our friends over at MGM Classic Cars. Let me get that queued up here, and we'll have a look at that.
Everyone, Thomas coming to you from MGMClassicCars.com here in Addison, Illinois. And today I have this 1967 Ford Mustang that's been done in a dark purple color. It's a custom color, sitting on centerline wheels, bare front disc brakes, and yes, it's got a supercharger in it. Yes, forced induction right here, guys. Upgraded MSD 6AL, upgraded with headers, aluminum radiator with dual cooling fans. Beautiful, beautiful car, guys. Let me just go run through the paint really quick and show you guys the reflection of this thing. Again, it is super slick and really nice. It is a driver quality car, guys, so it's not a $25,000 paint job. But look at this. It shows really nice throughout the little Mustang. This is an A code car in the VIN. So if you guys don't know what that means, give you guys a little homework assignment. Go out and check that out, okay? Inner fenders have been painted this silver custom color. As you can see, there's the A right there for the code on the car. This was cut out to show you guys that VIN number, okay? Like I said, 6AL, everything's been painted real nice inside, and it does purr like a kitten. I will show you guys that. Look at this. Beautiful. Stereo has been upgraded on the car. Nice door panels. Bucket seats, B&M shifter. Showing 26,735 miles. It's what it's reading. A couple upgraded gauges on the odometer. And as you can see here, the auto gauge, B&M shifter, old school radio, cassette, and the EQ. Listen to this baby. Listen to this. Woo-hoo. Great stance, great sound, and it is ready to go, guys. I'm gonna get on the throttle a little bit. Listen to this. Woo-hoo. You gotta love it, guys. It's got a C4 transmission in it, which is an automatic, and a Ford 8-inch rear end posi unit. Guys, gals, grab a pen. I'm going to give you my phone number if you need delivery. So while I catch my breath here, I am a little bit overweight, but who isn't? So we do our own inspections here in the back with our own mechanics when the cars come in, to let you guys know everything about the car, okay? As far as mechanical and stuff like that. Headlights do work. Exterior turn signals do work. Brake lights work. Wipers work. Radio works. Horn works. We check the oil. We check the coolant. We check the brake fluid, power steering fluid, transmission fluid, speedometer functions. Temp gauge works. Oil pressure gauge works. Fuel gauge works as well. As far as the wheels and tires, those are obviously center lines, like I mentioned earlier, and 235, 45, 70, 17-inch wheels all around. So that's everything about the car that we know, guys. Runs and drives great, tons and tons of power. It's never been dynoed, so don't ask me those questions. I do not know. So again, if you got that pen handy, I will be leaving my phone number at the end of this video. If you guys are watching on YouTube, subscribe to my channel. I got something super cool coming tomorrow. Maybe that one. But every day there's something that I'll be videotaping or posting. So check that out at MGM Classic Cars on YouTube. Also, if you're watching on Facebook, like it and share it to your friends. Now, financing. People are like, Tom, how do you have this good financing for these classic cars? Listen, I've been in the business for 25 years. It takes time. It takes connections. I got it done, okay? We can finance up to 180-month payment term if you want to keep that payment super low for you to afford something at this level, okay? So for those of you who have a credit score of 600 to 739, you will need 10% down, no doubt, okay? And if you have that 10% down, go ahead and fill out the credit application at mgmclassiccars.com under the Finance tab. Now, listen, for those of you who have a credit score of 750 and higher, you get a little bit better interest rate, obviously better term, it's unsecured. And if you do have 750 or higher credit score, go directly to my lender, guys, lightstream.com, and fill out the application. But listen, before you do so, let's just make sure this car is currently available. So shoot me over a text or an email, whichever way is fine, or easier, whatever you want to do. So again, if you have that pen handy, my phone number is 847-848-1850. Text me over your zip code and I'll get you a quote to have this thing transported right to your driveway, fully insured for the purchase price of the vehicle when it leaves here, our dealership. We are located at 150 South Church in Addison, Illinois. I have over 100 beautiful muscle classic cars hand-picked and gone through by a mechanic here at my company. Okay, we tell you everything about the car that we know, and so you know what you're getting before you get here or even before we deliver it. So again, text me, it will be quickest response, or call me, leave a message. My number again is 847-848-1850. Thanks for watching MGMClassicCars.com.
So yeah, thank you so much to Thomas at MGM Classic Cars for a look at that amazing Mustang. What did you think of that, Rob?
Oh, whoever built that did a real good job, but you know I'm a Chevy fan.
Sure.
And on the right-hand side, there was a GTO. Beside it was a Chevelle with the white stripes on it. At the back was that yellow Chevy pickup that looks pretty nice. And on the left-hand side is a Grand National sitting there.
Yeah.
I'm a Chevy fan.
Sure. Yeah, it's funny. I'm a Mopar guy.
What a great selection of cars he gets. Holy smokes.
Very impressive, yeah. And likewise, I'm a Mopar guy, but I was very taken with that Mustang. That was
guys from Australia, you should get that guy's phone number.
Yeah, totally. Totally.
Because he says he ships.
True, yeah. Absolutely. And that's a great way to buy a car. You know, he'll make a video for you and everything and answer any questions. And it's the way that
every car we've seen from there so far is really good quality.
Yeah. I think it's the way a lot of transactions are done today is, you know, from home like that. It's possible to do it. Yeah. Well, cool. So we are on item number 4. Now, this is a conversation that Rob and I have been having behind the scenes here for a few weeks, and I'm going to put Rob full screen here and let you tell us about this, what you found.
Yeah, I was on the internet looking at things, and you can't believe everything you see on the internet. But there was this picture of an ad from a General Motors dealership from back in 1969 or was 1970, where you can buy an option for the car called liquid chain. So all you did is hit a button in the dash and this aerosol can sprayed on your tires, and you didn't need chains on your car. Now, I don't know if the ad was true, false, or not, so I sent it to a couple of General Motors dealerships, my friends, and asked them about it. Have you ever heard of this? And most of them have never heard of it. And then I started investigating more and found out General Motors sold 2,600 of these items back in 1969. You can get it on a Chevelle, a Camaro, 6 different vehicles you could get it on. But the reason the guy at the dealership told me it didn't go over well, because the dealerships made more money selling you snow tires. But what a neat idea. It's called liquid chain. So if you're in the snow, you hit a button to spray your tires, and you're supposed to be able to drive right out of the snow. So I started looking around because I'm building an old car, and I thought, well, maybe I'll try to find that option and buy it. But I found the can, which I sent Mike.
Yes, in fact, let me hold that up. I've got it right here.
Yeah.
And
this is the replacement can that goes in there to spray on the tires. Yeah. And once I researched more, General Motors wasn't the first company to do that. In 1965, Ford had the same item out. From 65 to 72, Ford also had a liquid chain product out, which you can still buy the cans to put in it, but I haven't found any of the applications like the kits to put it in the vehicles yet. I thought it'd be a neat option when I put it in my car because no one's ever seen one of those before.
Yeah.
And then I started talking to some other people, and they mentioned that one time at a NASCAR race, Dale Jarrett got disqualified for using tire attraction thing. And here it was, liquid chain. You can still buy it today through Goodyear. The product is still available. Now, I don't know if anybody's ever bought it and tried it in the wintertime, but if you have, send us a message. Let us know how it worked for you.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Either for a snow application or even, you know, someone's using that in a racing situation. What is the idea? That it would soften the tire compound for a better grip, for a better hole shot in a drag race?
Yep, for better grip. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Rob said, if anyone is familiar with this or has used it, please let us know how that works. If it's something that works only in theory, or if it really
or if you know somebody who has a car that has that option on it, take a picture. I thought it was a false ad when I seen, because you can't believe everything on the internet.
It's true. Yeah. And now Stacy and Art Fosler are asking, they wanted to know about your project that you're doing.
70 Blazer.
Nice.
Two-door.
Yeah. I'd like to see some images or video of that at some point.
I bought it. It had hit a tree.
Wow.
So it was already done before I bought it, but then it hit a tree, and yeah, so hopefully this summer I'll get back on working on it, and we're hoping to drive it by September.
Wonderful. Now we do have a video. Let me get to where I need to be here. Now, for copyright reasons, I wasn't able to download this video about this liquid tire chain, so we're actually going to do it a little differently than we normally do. I'm going to find it on YouTube and pull it up. It takes just a moment to oh, where the heck is it here? Oh, yes. Okay, here we go. We should get some audio here. Oh.
Has offered many new inventions to the public. These inventions include everything from the electric starter in 1912 on Cadillacs, to the first airbags ever offered to the public in automobiles in the 1973 Tornado, to the catalytic converter, to even things like crash test dummies, as well as the concrete barriers that prevent drivers from entering opposing lanes of traffic on the freeway. GM certainly made many advances in numerous fields and brought myriad inventions to the public. However, every once in a while, there's an invention that doesn't quite capture the hearts and minds of John Q. Public quite like the inventors intended. Such is the case of the 1969 introduction of liquid tire chain on the Chevrolet model lineup. Now, back in the day, many vehicles were rear-wheel drive and often had a significant portion of the vehicle weight over top of the non-driving wheels in the front. This could sometimes create challenges for winter weather traction. A major solution employed by numerous people was to procure snow tires for the inclement weather. These tires have softer compounds, so they remain more flexible at cold temperatures, as well as aggressive tread. The combination of these two things enables drivers to dig through snow with their tires and power through conditions that would otherwise halt them. However, despite the frequent procurement of snow tires, General Motors thought that there was significant demand for this new liquid tire chain product when it was introduced in 1969. Invented by the Dow Company in partnership with GM, liquid tire chain was effectively a polymer that was immersed in a solvent and distributed through an aerosol spray. When a buyer checked option code V75 on their Chevrolet option list, it put two different aerosol canisters in the trunk, one pointing toward each rear wheel. The aerosols would be activated by a button on the dash, which would then cause them to spray the liquid tire chain on the rear wheels for a period of time. Once the aerosol was sprayed on the tires, the idea was that it would provide enough traction for a driver to exit whatever situation they'd gotten themselves into, whether that be ice or snow. A little less than 3,000 people checked option code B75 for liquid tire chain in 1969, and the option was dropped altogether in 1970. There are likely a few reasons for this. The first might be that many dealers during the time period.
This mistake is costing Amazon Prime shoppers big. Are you still using Prime? Because
sold snow tires and made significant profits on the sales of them. Thus, when liquid tire chain was introduced, it posed a potential threat to a significantly more profitable area of the business than the sale of that option on the various Chevrolets. For this reason, it's possible that many consumers did not understand the benefits of liquid tire chain or were not told by the dealer of the benefits in order to check the option code box. The second reason, perhaps, behind the product's failure is it had a unique deployment strategy that had to be followed in order for it to be effective. The procedure one had to employ for deploying the liquid tire chain on the tires was to depress the button on the dashboard, and then after it had been depressed and some liquid tire chain had been sprayed on the tires, a driver was supposed to slightly depress the accelerator pedal so that the tire could make a few slow revolutions, enabling the product to spread over the circumference of the tire. Only after this procedure had been followed was a driver supposed to try to emerge from their stuck condition. One can only imagine drivers stuck in traffic trying to deploy liquid tire chain, then have the tire rotate slowly through a few revolutions by depressing the accelerator slightly, ahead of pulling out or attempting to pull out. It was a relatively complicated procedure that you can imagine many customers didn't necessarily follow, and as opposed to following it, simply floored the accelerator pedal or something approximating it to try to get unstuck from the snow. Perhaps a final reason why liquid tire chain did not succeed is that it really only worked in icy or light snow conditions. It wasn't much help for deep snow. However, one can imagine numerous drivers trying to employ the system on many different surfaces or deep snow. In any case, the fact of the matter remains that liquid tire chain exited the scene just about as fast as it had entered, although it was available at GM service parts counters for a number of years to come. The product would be further outmoded about 9 or 10 years down the road once General Motors began introducing new vehicles that were powered with front-wheel drive and had a significant amount of the vehicle weight over the front wheels. In any case, liquid tire chain was an interesting thought and concept that obviously didn't prove commercially successful. And while the engineers surely had great hopes for the product, it just didn't seem to pan out, as is sometimes the case, even with good inventions. And consequently, neither GM nor any other U.S. automaker introduced a similar product subsequent to the 1969 introduction of liquid tire chain. Although Ford did sell liquid tire chain at its service counters. Although liquid tire chain was not a commercial success, it would not hamper General Motors from trying to help consumers solve traction-related issues while driving. Thus, from 1971 to 1973, Buick introduced a very advanced traction control system called MaxTrack. This system employed a computer, an on-off switch, and 2 sensors that would detect the left front tire's wheel speed versus the transmission output wheel speed to help determine whether or not the rear wheels were spinning upon acceleration. Anytime the computer detected that the rear wheels were spinning at a speed that was 10% or more versus the front wheels, it would interrupt the ignition circuit to help cut engine power and thus help the driver gain some traction in slippery conditions. While a great idea and far ahead of its time, MaxTrack also was not a commercial success and flopped similar to liquid tire chain, and it was only around for the 1971 to 73 model years on Buick cars. After the discontinuation of MaxTrack, it would be a while before General Motors introduced yet another technology designed to help drivers limit wheel spin and power them out of slippery conditions. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, take care.
Yeah, there's a product you don't see.
Oops, what's that now?
There's a product you just don't see that probably could be beneficial right now.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Because tonight we're just getting the ice. So that probably would have worked good in the ice, not in
That would
deep
come in
snow.
handy for sure.
Yeah.
You know, another thing I'm thinking would be a cool invention is to get a couple of Army surplus flamethrowers mounted on the front of the car to melt the snow in front of you. But I'm sure there's a lot of things that could go wrong with that. But yeah, thank you so much, Rob. Yeah, for finding that and for sharing it with us, and also for sending me this this sample. Let me get it in front of the camera here. Yeah, this is very, very cool. I really appreciate that.
If anybody comes across a friend that has a car that has that system on it, take a picture and let us know.
Yeah, for sure. Be cool to hear more about that. Oh, we've got a comment that's come in. Here we go. Okay. So Stacy and Art Fosler are wondering how corrosive was that liquid tire chain, because I'm sure that's going to get on some of the metal parts, maybe on the wheel or the suspension components. Or good point. Yeah.
Can't be too corrosive if it's being sprayed on rubber.
Yeah. It's probably just something that softens the compound, I imagine.
Yeah.
But
because in the wintertime, tires go hard.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, like he was saying in the video, I'm sure there are a lot of things that could go wrong with that, because trying to spray it in a way where you have the tires going just the right speed so you're getting good coverage on the whole tire when you're sitting in traffic, or if a lot of people too are just getting frustrated because they're sitting and spinning, and that would probably just exacerbate that. But still a great attempt at trying to address that problem.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. So let's see. We are on item number 5, and I'm going to put up an image of some good friends of mine. This is Elaine LaRiviere and Paul Lamontagne. These are some really good friends of mine. And Paul, of course, I know him from the vintage snowmobile community. He was one of the top Eastern snowmobile racers back in the 60s and 70s. Now, Elaine goes to, as well as Paul, they go to a lot of cruise nights, car shows, things like that. And Elaine is a very talented photographer, and she takes photographs at a lot of these events. So what I've got here is some images that she took at the Bentley's cruise night in Arundel, Maine in 2001, and I put them into a montage with some music under it. We've seen this before, but this is part 2, and I've got enough for another part, which we'll do in a future episode. And then, of course, she's got images from a lot of other car shows. So periodically here, we're going to be taking a look at some of her work. But let's take a look here at what we've got tonight. Yeah, so thank you so much to Elaine for those amazing photographs. That looked like a really good time.
What is Elaine's car?
I'm not sure. I don't know if it's the one she was sitting in at the end there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
Because
But
it didn't show enough of the car to tell what it was.
yeah, I know. It looked like something from the late 50s or something, but I'm not sure.
I'm surprised the amount of British cars and Mercedes and all that you had there. Because at
Yeah.
our car shows here, like the cruise nights we have here, people bring the lawn chairs and the cooler beer and they sit behind the car. But we have separate shows on off nights they're called Brits in the Park. And the Brits in the Park set up right beside their fender. They bring a little table. They have flowers on the table. They have the glass of wines. The ladies all have big bonnets on. And
Trying to be a
we
little
have
more
separate
classy.
car shows for the Brits in the Park.
Sure. They try to go a little more sophisticated with it.
Yes, they are. Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. But they dress up for it and everything too.
Nice. That's cool. Having a good time with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. They had a lot of cool imports there. I like that red Alfa Romeo. You don't see those very often.
No.
And then there was an older BMW. It might have been a 507, but I'm not sure. That little coupe, probably from the early 60s, late 50s, early 60s. But what really caught my eye, right near the end, there was a purple Corvette with a black front, and it had those turbine wheels. I always love to see the turbine wheels on a
Yeah,
C3
they look good on
Corvette.
there.
They sure do. It really sets it off. For sure. Well, cool. Yeah. So thanks again to Elaine. In fact, let me pop their picture up, give Elaine and Paul a shout out. They're good friends tonight. Hopefully they're viewing. And if they're not viewing it live, hopefully they'll catch it after the fact. But yeah, real good friends of mine. And thank you so much for sharing those images. Cool deal. So we are on item number 6. We're going to take a look at a 1965 Chevy Chevelle. And this is for sale by our friends at B&B Auto Sales out in South Dakota. Let's cue that up. Here it is right here.
Hi, this is Dirk from B&B Auto Sales, and today we're showing you our 65 Chevrolet Chevelle 300 Deluxe. Nice, cool sleeper car because it's had an LS 6.2 LS engine added in it. Ton of receipts, books. Oh, they did new auto meter wiring. The car is just one heck of a driver. The paint on it's probably older because you can see some chips here and there. You know, a lot of these could be touched up. They added some stripes on them. And the paint quality, I'd say, is just an average job. You know, there's some dust in it. And you can see, you know, good wet sand might really make this car stand out. But see, here's what I'm talking about. Got a chip here, got a little sag. So not a perfect paint job, but a good 10-footer. The rest of the car definitely overshadows, I guess that's American Auto Wire is what the wiring setup for the engine is. Interior needs nothing. Tilt wheel, 1,083 miles since the motor was put in. There they put a tack in the center. It's got got Summit gauges. B&M shifter, has the classic car stereo in it. Like I said, the interior is, I would say, pretty close to perfect. It's had a new headliner, got speakers in the rear. They even put 3-point seat belts in it. So, floor mats, custom bucket seats. So just really cool car. Got the rally wheels on it. Like I said, there's what I'm talking about. Trunk's been detailed. You've seen the pictures there. Got a nice sounding dual exhaust, which I'll have a video of that also. Really don't see any rust issues anywhere. We'll have pictures also of underneath so you can see. Like I said, the biggest thing is some chips on it here and there. And they can all be touched up and wet sanded. I just got the car in, so I have not had time to do it yet. So we'll probably get it in, touch it up, and wet sand it. So, but car is probably one of the coolest 65 Chevelles you'll find, especially for this price range. Nice affordable LS conversion car, and it was done right. So, any questions? Give me a call, 605-695. 7391.
So yeah, thank you so much to B&B Auto Sales for that cool footage.
Yep.
Any thoughts on that, Rob?
Oh, if you want a car that you could drive every day and take to the grocery store, that'd be a great one to have.
Yeah, for sure. Nice
Yeah.
driver car.
Yeah.
I was very
Some of my
impressed with that
friends-
interior
Some of
too.
my friends only take their cars at cruisers. That's it. They can't drive them to work. They can't take their kids out and get ice cream because they're scared somebody's going to put a dent in the door.
Yeah.
Well, that would make a good daily cruiser.
True. Yeah. True. And I really admired that interior. That was a nice interior in there.
Yeah.
They did a good job with that. And a nice mix of modern and retro too, with kind of a modern, not a modern stereo, but not a period stereo either. And those gauges underneath the stereo were nice too.
Yep.
Yeah, those aftermarket gauges. Well, cool. We've got a lot more to look at, but before we do, we've got to do some shout outs, and we'll catch up with you in about 1 minute's time on the other side of the shout outs. It's time for a quick shout out to some of our friends. B&B Auto Sales, your muscle car connection in Brookings, South Dakota. Above the Notch Car Club, a car club for auto enthusiasts in northern New Hampshire. The New Hampshire Muscle Car Club, the largest muscle car club in all of New England. MGM Classic Cars in Addison, Illinois. Visit mgmclassiccars.com today. Beach Hill Automotive in Bethlehem, New Hampshire, specializing in the repair, service, and towing of muscle cars and classic cars. Absolute Auto Body and Collision Repair in St. Johnsbury, Vermont. And lastly, I am your independent AMSOIL dealer. Click the link in the description for your free AMSOIL catalog. And last but not least, if you decide to advertise with the Muscle Car Podcast, this could be part of your advertising message. All right, we are back, and we are on item number 7. This is part 2 of the cruise night footage that took place on the 11th of February in Yea, Australia, by our friend Plymouth Dale. So let me get that queued up here, and we'll take a look. Yeah, thank you so much to Plymouth Dale. Really cool footage from Australia.
Do you think that was his car at the end?
Possibly,
I think
quite
it was.
possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a feeling maybe it was. Yeah, because he said it was what I think a 58 or something. That it kind of fits. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
With the great
and
big high wings on it.
yeah. There was a nice Thunderbird I saw. I think it was a Thunderbird, maybe a late '60s Thunderbird, just kind of a drive-by that I really liked. But I'll tell you, I want to take one more look. There was one what I consider to be the money shot here, that Buick Riviera with the lights opening. Let's take one last look at that. That was really impressive.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to repeat a couple of times here just because I really like that. I mean, it's an amazing looking car, those Rivieras of that era, but also to see them doing the lights like that.
Yeah. Do you think that was factory?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know much about those cars other than they're really cool looking. And weren't they the front wheel drive based on the Toronado platform
Yep.
and the Eldorado? But yeah, I don't know about the lights, if that was factory or if that's a custom. What am
Did
I
a nice
looking?
job on it. If it is
Yeah,
custom.
resto mod's the word I was looking for. But go ahead.
Recto fit.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, here we
did a
go.
nice job on it.
Sure. Now, Plymouth Dale says that's his friend's 58 Plymouth hardtop at the end.
Oh.
Cool. And that was a 65 Riviera. Yeah, okay. And that's a sweet car for sure. And then Stacy and Art Fosler saying, yes, I believe so. And I think he's speaking to the question about whether those were factory lights. And oh, here we go. Dale says factory clamshell lights on the Buick. So that came from the factory like that.
Nice.
Those were very cool to look at.
Yeah.
Just and also the camera angle and the way the sun was setting on it. Just I have to give as one videographer to another. I have to give Dale kudos for that was the money shot right there. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, cool. So yeah, we have reached the end of the podcast. Any final thoughts, Rob, before we wind her down? Or
What a great collection of different sorts of cars you showed this week.
yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, nice variety, and I have to thank everyone too who's sent images and videos, and if you like that footage we were looking at from Australia, I mentioned it earlier, but I'll mention it again. Dale and his friend Terry are going to be coming on here in 2 weeks' time to talk about the events they do. Terry does an event in Whittlesea, Australia, a regular event, and Dale does one in Yea, Australia. So they're both going to be coming on to answer questions and share images and videos. So if you were curious about that whole car scene in Australia, that's the time to come on and we can all ask them questions in real time and find out what they're doing out there and how that all comes to be.
Yes, yes.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Well, cool. So yeah, thank you, Rob, for coming on. We appreciate it. Thank you for all of the information and everything, and for sending me this. Very, very cool.
eBay has everything for sale.
Yes, they say it even freshens breath. Let's try it. No, maybe not. Maybe not. But I think it would do more than freshen breath. But and also thank you to the viewers. Really appreciate you coming on here week after week, season after season. You guys are the ones that make this possible. And as I said earlier, if this is your first time joining us, I hope you had a good time with us. Circle back here. We're on here every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time, and 2 weeks time we'll have our friends from Australia on here for some Q&A.
Sounds interesting.
All right. As always, last word goes to our friends at AMSOIL.
Have a good week, Mike.
You do. Take care. Hello, everyone. This is Rob and Mike. How you doing today, Rob?
I'm doing good. Mike, yourself?
Very well. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. Now, today, we're going to be talking about AMSOIL. And in a few moments, we're going to show you how you can get the deepest discounts, free shipping, and free gifts when you order your AMSOIL products through us. But first, I'm going to ask Rob to give you a quick description of what AMSOIL is and why you should consider using AMSOIL products in your motorized vehicles.
Thanks, Mike. AMSOIL is 100% synthetic oil. Everybody uses AMSOIL for a different reason. Some people like the benefits that AMSOIL is warranted for 25,000 miles or 1 year. The reason we can do that is because AMSOIL doesn't oxidize. It doesn't form the usual carbons, gums, sludges like petroleum oils do. That's why we can keep it in the engines longer. Petroleum oils never do wear out. They oxidize themselves. That's why they have to be changed at 3,000 kilometers. And AMSOIL likes the benefit that you only have to change the oil once a year. That saves some money. Some of the people like the benefit of AMSOIL is it's a slipperier type lube. By having a slipperier type lube, it cuts down friction and drag. By less friction and drag, engines run 20 to 50 degrees cooler, better gas mileage. Now, AMSOIL says 25% more protection than the industry requires is in the AMSOIL bottles. My average customer gets about 10% increase in gas mileage. That's a big savings.
Yeah.
And by cutting down friction and drag, for every 10 degrees you cut down the friction and drag, doubles the life of the engine. So by having the engine run cooler, it makes it last longer. Some people like the benefit of the range of the AMSOIL. AMSOIL's flash point is 425 degrees, and it pours at 50 below zero.
Wow.
If you ever tried petroleum oil when it's 10 below, it turns to honey. And in the summertime, petroleum oil thins out, and once it thins out, that's when it starts breaking down. So AMSOIL's an all-season oil, can give you better gas mileage, longer engine life, less maintenance. It ends up being cheaper over a year's time running AMSOIL than it is petroleum oils.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And AMSOIL is available for pretty much any motorized vehicle, anything from lawn equipment, cars, trucks, boats, ATVs, motorcycles, snowmobiles.
Yep. And a lot of people phone me up and say, well, what's the benefit of our gear lube? Exactly what I told you about the engine oil. It pours in cold weather, it runs cooler, makes the equipment last longer. And they say, well, what's the benefit of the small engine? Same thing. Makes the engine run cooler, last longer, better performance. So it saves on all the applications that AMSOIL has available.
Wonderful, wonderful. So yeah, let's talk now. Hopefully this has convinced people to think about maybe joining us in the AMSOIL experience. Let's talk about some of the discounts and free shipping and how that all happens. I'm going to pop a graphic on the screen. And yeah, by all means, if you want to talk people through how this preferred customer program works.
AMSOIL has a number of different programs. One of our main ones is a catalog customer, where somebody can order directly out of our catalog. If they order out of the catalog, they order $100 worth, AMSOIL will ship it right to their house. But our best program is our preferred customer. For only $10 for 6 months, you become a preferred customer, you save 25% on all the product. You order $100 worth, they're going to give you free shipping. You don't have to order a whole case. You can mix and match. Say you want 4 bottles of small engine, 7 bottles of 5W30, and a couple of gear loops. You can mix and match. You can order 1 bottle at a time if you want. There's no minimums, no maximums. By being a preferred customer, you save over 25% on all the products you're going to buy. AMSOIL sends you extra gifts, a $5 gift certificate on your birthday, $5 when you renew your account and stuff like that. So it's a good way to save on some of the products you want to buy.
For sure. Yeah, it's an incredible value. And this is the deepest level of discount that anyone can get when ordering AMSOIL. Is that correct?
It is.
Wonderful. So let's take people through the step-by-step experience of placing an AMSOIL order. Then that would include signing up for the preferred customer preferred customer program, so they can receive those deepest levels of discount. So let's go to the website. This is what the website's going to look like. These are some screenshots. Once you go to amsoil.com, there's a link in the description, or you can just type that into a browser, amsoil.com. This is the page you land on. At the upper corner of the page there, you see how I've circled in red. That is the link to click, the Join Now link. That will take you to the Preferred Customer Program page, where you can take advantage of all these discounts and free shipping and everything that we've just been talking about. This is what that page looks like. In the lower right, you're going to click Join Now. This will pop up. You select the duration you'd like, whether it's 6 months or 12 months, and click Add to Cart. Now, once this pop-up goes away, you'll be back on the main page. And the upper left, you'll see where I've got that red arrow. It says Shop. Now you can start shopping for products, and on your very first order, you're going to get these discounts and the free shipping as long as it's over $100. You'll get all of these benefits right away. So once you click Shop, it's going to take you to the product page. There's different types of oils, lubricants, so on and so forth. For the benefit of this exercise we're doing now, I'm just going to click motor oil. It shows different types of motor oil. Let's click gasoline. Now this takes us to an item. It's their synthetic motor oil. And you can see the item there, and there's choices for different viscosities. But take a look at the price. Let's take a closer look. Let's zoom in. But if you've joined the preferred customer program first, you're going to automatically get the deepest levels of discount. That's what we're looking at here. You're saving $3.80 on that quart of oil. Instead of paying $16.29, you're now paying $12.49 for that quart of oil. That is the deepest level of discount you can possibly get. And then you just add the quantity that you'd like. You select any other items that you're thinking about, add them to the cart. And once you click Add to Cart for the final time, you're going to see this come up at the top of the screen. It's going to show your items and your the total that you're at so far. Pardon me. And then you just click View Cart in the upper right, and that'll take you to your cart. Take a close look here at the upper right. That blue box shows that you're getting free shipping. You're eligible for free shipping on this order because it's over $100. That little yellow box shows that you've got the preferred customer membership on your order that gives you the deepest levels of discounts for the next 6 to 12 months. And then below that, you've got the items that have been selected. For the exercise here, I selected 9 quarts of the Signature Series, but that brings us up over $100 for the free shipping. We're saving $34.20. And if you're ready to finish, you click Checkout Now, and that takes you to this screen here. If you haven't signed up with an AMSOIL account at this point, just click in the lower right to create an account, create a new account. It's going to ask you for some basic information, name and those types of things. Now let's take a closer look. You'll see this gray shaded box. This is a very important box. This is going to ask you if someone has referred you to AMSOIL. And if so, please enter my name. My name is Mike LaRiviere. It's spelled right there on the screen for the correct spelling. And also the referral number, 304-555-94. That's how you make sure that Rob and I get credit for this. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I have signed up for AMSOIL under Rob. So when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit. So if you enjoy these podcasts that we're doing, this is a wonderful way to support the podcast, because when you order using this referral number, Rob and I both benefit, and the commissions I make go directly toward offsetting the cost of doing these podcasts. So I thank you in advance for that, for using my referral number. I very much appreciate it. And once you've done that, you just go into the next screen to enter your payment information, and you're done. Now, once you've placed your order that's over $100, and that order includes your AMSOIL Preferred Customer Program, you are now eligible to get a free DVD from myself. Now, this is going to be either a muscle car DVD or a vintage snowmobile DVD. Use the email address on the screen, wkspodcasts@gmail.com. Send me an email. Let me know which DVD you would like me to send you, the muscle car or the vintage snowmobile DVD, and I'll get that right out to you. As you're typing in that email, in the subject line, be sure and type in capital letters, free DVD requests, so it stands out as I'm checking my email, and we'll get that right out to you. So I guess the last thing, Rob, that we wanted to talk about is if someone is considering AMSOIL as a business opportunity.
Yes. If anybody has a retail or a commercial account and they would like to buy directly from AMSOIL, just send Mike a line. He'll show you how to set up, and you can buy directly from AMSOIL. But if you are interested in starting your own part-time business, a part-time business that can grow into a full-time income, Mike and I will show you the AMSOIL marketing plan. AMSOIL has a large selection of products that cover almost every application. So it doesn't matter if you're into snowmobile, boating, or ATVing, or hot rods. We have an oil for every application. It's a fun type business. That's I really enjoy doing. Where else can I go and have fun and make money doing it? And Mike and I are here to help you all the way along. If you need any help on how to promote or to find new accounts, we're here to help you.
For sure. So when you sign up under that number, this 304-555-94, you're getting Rob and I as a team. Now, Rob has been doing AMSOIL for 40 years. Can you believe that? 40 years. So he knows every aspect of this business, and he knows all of the ins and outs of the products. So he'll be able to help you with any kind of product questions or any kind of questions to show you the different business models that you can do with AMSOIL. And then the other thing that you get when you sign up under me is I've got a strong background in social media. So if you need some coaching on how to generate AMSOIL leads using Facebook and YouTube, I'm happy to coach you with that when you sign up under Rob and I. You get both of us as a team to help you, to coach you, to support you, whatever you need to get you off and running with this business and having fun with it. Like Rob said, it's an enormous amount of fun. If you're like Rob and I and you enjoy going to any kind of boat shows, car shows, motorcycle shows, snowmobile shows, anything with a motor, you like going to those shows, those events, those races, this is a great way to turn that into a income opportunity for you.
Yes. And just by wearing my AMSOIL hat at one of these events, people come up and ask me about AMSOIL. People don't know where to buy it, and I'm there to help them, show them where they can buy the product.
Perfect. Well, cool. Well, this is great. Any final thoughts, Rob, before we wrap it up?
AMSOIL's a fun business. AMSOIL's been around since 1968. It was the first synthetic oil to be AI approved.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And that's very early in the game too, isn't it?
Yes.
For sure. Well, good. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for viewing. Hopefully, we've gotten you excited as we are about the AMSOIL products. We'd love it if you could join us either as someone who uses the AMSOIL products or to join the AMSOIL team as a business opportunity. And we thank you so much for viewing. Have a great day.
You have a good day.